What's up everybody? Today's a little bit of a sad video because it's going to be the last video I do with my 2000 Chevy Silverado. I bought a new truck. It's not going to be a project truck, but I probably will show it on the channel. I have a few things I want to do to it. But right now I want to focus on this truck. If you're not familiar with this truck, you can go and check some of the other videos that I've done it. I rebuilt the whole engine on it. During that process of rebuilding the engine, I put a bigger cam in it. I bored it out from the 5.3 liter to a 5.7 liter. I put LS1 pistons in it, air intake, headers, new, lifters, springs, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in checking that out, feel free to check out those videos. And just to give a quick update on the engine, I think it's been around 3 years, maybe 4 since I did all that work on it. And it's actually run pretty good. And I haven't had any issues with the engine. I've had plenty of other issues with the truck. The engine's rebuilt and runs really good. So the first thing people should know if they're thinking about doing a build like this is that you can get really good power out of these engines. And you can feel it, but the thing is, it's only if you're above about 3,000 RPMs. And so for like day-to-day driving, it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference from stock, or it doesn't feel a whole lot different than stock. But if you're at a dead stop and just floor it, the acceleration is like night and day. Even if you're driving and you're going to pass somebody, you really don't feel that power unless it shifts down. And then it kicks in, gets into that higher RPM range and feels pretty good. And with these old trucks, it only has the 4-speed transmission. So there's really big gaps between the gears. Every time you shift, it feels like there's a drop in power. And so after a while, that gets kind of old. Just to give you an idea about what I'm talking about with the power on this thing, see, just as soon as it shifts, it just feels like all the power just is gone. And I'm gonna do another video comparing the driving experience between this and my newer truck. But the newer truck has a 6-speed, and I can tell you that it just feels a lot better having more gears. You're in the power band more of the time. Having said that, like I mentioned in my intro, the engine in this thing runs really well. I really like it. If you had this, in like an old Camaro or something with a 5 or 6-speed manual transmission, I think it would be definitely a blast to drive. The truck itself, the body has, I think it's at almost 330,000 miles now. It's just having a lot of other issues unrelated to the engine. Last week I just did a video of me replacing the radiator because the radiator cracked. If you go back and look at the videos on this truck, almost every single video that I did is something that just broke on this and I had to fix it. So for YouTube, it was really good, but for a daily driver, it wasn't bad, but every 2 to 3 months, something would break on it and I'd have to fix it. And I was getting a little tired of that, so that's part of the reason I got a new truck. Now, if I had done the same engine build and I had a truck where, the paint wasn't all chipped off and the body's rusting everywhere and everything's breaking on it, I probably would have kept it longer. Part of my problem was when I did this build, it was the first time I had rebuilt the engine. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I bought the cheapest truck that I could, and so I ended up with one that was just a little beat up. The interior is decent for the mileage, but the exterior is just plain rough. There's no way around it. So one thing I've never even attempted with this truck is a burnout. So since I'm selling it, I figure I might as well have a little fun with it and see what we can do here. I have lots of other plans for videos. I'm still working on the 300Z, getting it turbo swapped. And then hopefully in the next couple weeks, I'll get some videos of the new truck and what I'm planning on doing with that. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.